So today we're going to be learning about mixed operations. Your learning objective is I can interpret what calculations a question is asking me to perform. You won't actually be learning anything new today, so we're just going to do some practice questions. The questions with mixed operations will just be a mixture of multiplication, division, addition and subtraction, which we've already learnt. So your first question is, the numbers in this sequence increase by the same amount each time. Write in the missing numbers. So pause the video now and have a go. So I can see that the difference between 1 and 7 is 6. So therefore each number increases by 6 each time. So minus 11 plus 6 would be equal to minus 5. This is just to prove that the plus 6 works. But in the same way, 7 plus 6 will be equal to 13. And so the missing boxes were minus 5 and 13. So Olivia is thinking of a number. Her number is greater than 236. And is less than 245. So we've left a space in the middle for the number. It has a 3 in the tens place, so we're going to put a 3 in the tens place. And we know that it's an even number. Even means you can divide it by 2. So because we know it's between 236 and 245, it must start with 200. As it's greater than 236 but less than 245. So we know that it must be anywhere between 237 to 244. So it starts with a 200. And because it's an even number, and it's less than 245, more than 236, and there's a 3 in the tens place, the next even number would be 238. So we know it must be 238. As that's the next even number in the 30s. So this table shows the number of children and adults at a childcare centre. Complete the table to make it correct. The first row has been done for you. So the question would like you to fill in the 2 empty boxes. So pause the video now and have a go. So the table shows the number of children and adults at a childcare centre. I'm going to have a look at the first row and work out how it was worked out to help me with the other 2. I can see that there were 12 children aged 1 and under. There were 4 adults, and therefore there were 3 children per adult, as 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. In the next row, we can see there are 20 children aged 2 or 3. There are 4 children per adult, and 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. So there are therefore 5 adults. In the next box, I can see that we don't know how many 4 or 5-year-old children there were, but we do know that there were 3 adults in total, and there were 8 children per adult. So if there were 3 adults and 8 children per adult, then we need to do the calculation 3 multiplied by 8 to work out how many children there were in total. 3 times 8 is 24, and therefore there were 24 children aged 4 to 5. So the next question is, Emma thinks of a number. She says, I multiply by 2, I add 11, I divide by 3, and my answer is 9. What number did Emma think of? So pause the video now and have a go. So I know that to work out what number she thought of, we need to do the opposite of everything she said, and we need to go backwards in her list. So we need to start with her answer of 9 and go backwards and do the opposite of everything. So instead of dividing by 3, we need to times by 3. 9 times 3 is equal to 27. So that's the first step, going backwards to find out her original number. She added 11, so we need to minus 11. 27 minus 11. This is equal to 16. She then multiplied by 2, and we need to divide by 2. So 16 divided by 2 is equal to 8. And therefore Emma's number must have been 8. You can start with the number and go the right way down her instructions to test this. So the next question says to write the missing numbers in the table. So pause the video now and have a go. There are 7 days in a week, so for 6 weeks we do 6 times 7, which is equal to 42. For 10 weeks we do 10 times 7, which is equal to 70. If we have 105 days, then we need to work out how many weeks that is. So we just do short division, bus stop method, 105 divided by 7, unless you already know the answer. 105 divided by 7. So this is how we would do that in bus stop. So we can see that the number of weeks was 15 weeks. So the next question is going to require you to draw something on a graph. So you can draw out this graph or print off this question. So Layla plays basketball. This graph shows how many points she scored in her first 3 games. After 4 games, Layla had scored a total of 25 points. So we need to complete the graph. So pause the video now and have a go. So I can see that in game 1 she scored 7 points. In game 2 she scored 5 points. And in game 3 she scored 10 points. So 7 plus 5 plus 10 is equal to 22 points. We know that she scored a total of 25 points. So we need to do 25 minus 22, which is equal to 3. So we know in game 4 she scored 3 points. And therefore we need to draw our next bar between 2 and 4. Because she scored 3 points. So I'm just putting a dot halfway between the two so I know where the bar will go up to. And you don't need to worry about the width of your bar in this case. There we go. That's halfway between 2 and 4, as she scored 3 points. This is the mark scheme for that question. You're allowed a range of 2.5 to 3.5, and the width of the bar doesn't matter.